morning to all. Looking to improve your speaking and leadership skills. Ignite your career. Gain the confidence. Speak up. You have come to the right place. Since 1924, Toastmaster International has helped more than 4 million people just like you from around the world become more confident speakers and leaders. Toastmaster International is a worldwide leaders in communication and leadership skills. With more than 364,000 members, is over 16,200 clubs in 145 countries. This network of clubs and learn by doing program and sure to help you improve. Toastmaster will give you the skills and confidence. You need to express yourself effectively in any situation. Whatever you are professional, student, stay-at-home parents, or retired. Toastmaster is the most efficient, enjoyable, affordable way of gaining great communication skills. You will learn how to formulate and express your ideas effectively, be more persuasive and confident when giving presentations, improve your one-to-one dealing with others. Don't delay. Become the speaker and leader you want to be. Confident, charismatic leaders were not born that way. As you progress in Toastmasters, you will get to practice your skills by conducting meetings like that, and motivating others to help you, like we have workshop speakers. Become a better negotiator, gain trust, inspire your team. Toastmasters having a mission. Every Toastmasters club share the same mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in great self-confidence and personal growth. Through this mission, each Toastmasters gain a clear understanding of the club purpose and organize as a whole benefit from a shared set of values and goals. Visit our next virtual meeting. Guests are most welcome. You won't regret it. Without further ado, I would like to invite our next chief coordinator, who is Toastmaster Tawfiq. He is now well known to most of the Toastmaster because he is working as a public relations for Club Growth Director in District 20. He is a member of Bahrain IT Professional Toastmaster Club, served as Vice President Public Relations and Chief Coordinators for our youth leadership program. So I request each and every participant give a huge virtual applauses for him to bring him. Over to you, Toastmaster Tawfiq.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vicar. Thank you for a lovely, warm introduction, Toastmaster Vicar. Good morning to everybody. I hope everybody is wide awake and we can see the eyes. We can view you, some of them who have switched on the camera. I would request all of you to please switch on the camera and always give a virtual round of applause by your very palm that you have, or you can use also the Zoom. Today, we have a very important guest and a very popular one too. He's a Toastmaster with a smiling face, and as I see him now, he's smiling already. He's a very charismatic leader and Toastmaster for 7 years. He's also the past president of Sri Lanka Club Symposium Masters. It is the third oldest club in Bahrain. So you can very well imagine the prestige that he's got. He's a professional trainer, a mentor, and a coach. You know, for how many years? For the last 17 years. And training clients, not one, not two, so many countries. And he keeps on adding them. And with this virtual platform, of course, I'm sure he's going to keep adding more. Sri Lanka, Bahrain, Dubai, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and many more to be added. And he is the one guy who can make it magical. You are going to be mesmerized just in front of him. I don't know which country he's going to land up today, because every time I see him, he takes us to a virtual world, virtual platform, and he puts us in the airplane without even having our seatbelt on. Can you imagine? So, lifelong lover of literature and language. He enjoys reading as a hobby, an auditor, accountant, advisor to many audit firms, also into stock exchange. So he's a money man. He's with BIBF in Bahrain. I love the recent metaphor, DTM Hisham Jeffrey, which he shared in one of the officer trainings. Don't feed the person who's hungry with fish today. He says, don't feed the person with fish who's hungry today, because you will be forgotten later. Rather train him how to fish. Then he wouldn't go hungry. So that's the best way to put forward. Hope all of you must have had breakfast, as I just mentioned again. Please give a big round of applause. Virtual ones, as well as with your palm, you can, of course, unmute yourself. Please welcome DTM Hisham Jeffrey on the virtual platform. Is all yours. DTM Hisham Jeffrey, over to you, sir.
Thank you very, very much for that amazing introduction, Toastmaster Tawfiq Kader. I'm really honored and humbled. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Good morning, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be with you today. And thank you so much for having me and for giving me these 25 minutes to share a little bit of this great movement that we are all part of. We are gathered here today for discussing a very important skill. Along with Toastmasters, if you're to be a leader, communicator, and even a great human being, the skill of listening is really important. Let me ask you an old question. Why is it? Why is it that we have 2 eyes, 2 ears, but only 1 mouth? We have 2 eyes, 2 ears, but only 1 mouth. How come? Anyone? Yes, Ankur.
That we listen more and talk less.
That's absolutely right. So that we can observe more, that we can listen more, but all of that gets filtered in this one mouth. So whatever comes out of here will be the right thing. So today we want to focus on this part of the speaker and the leader's toolkit, which is listening. One of my favorite quotes is that today we listen to reply. We don't listen to listen. And that's so true. And as we go along today, we'll try to identify the importance of listening skills and 2 ways it can be applied into our lives personally, and number two, in terms of a meeting. I want to share with you a quote from a very famous man. And the famous quote goes a little bit like this: everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Then, like a rat, they stop in fear and freeze. The famous person who said this was known as the baddest man on the planet. And he was the former undisputed world heavyweight boxing champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson. And it's very true. In many, many situations, as a student, as a son or daughter, as a father or mother, as someone who is working or someone who is running your own company, in many situations, suddenly you will come across a situation where you want to say something, but you can't say something. There's something coming at you, but you can't respond. Toastmasters is a training for those sort of situations. And listening skills is a very important tool that you can use to respond, not only respond, successfully grow in times like this. Let's see whether this is really true. Now, how does this apply to you? You may not be in a physical boxing match like Mike Tyson, but as human beings, we are all alive and we are all living. So in life, there may be many verbal punches that are thrown at you. You want to be able to respond and successfully respond to each of these situations. Now, what are these situations we're talking about? How many of you would like to enter your dream university? So if I can see a raise of hands, your dream university. You want to go to that beautiful university with those ancient buildings, with the best university professors in the world, which has a great football team and it has a great tradition. So many of us dream about going to our dream university. It may be Harvard, it may be Wharton, it may be MIT, whichever it is. If the interviewer asks you, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? That's one of those punches. So how do you respond? A second punch. You are at an interview for your dream job. So would you raise your hand if you have a dream job? You might notice that I'm raising my hand as well. So most of us would love to either work at Google or let's say Apple. You want to work at a place where you have a great boss, you have a great team, you have great opportunities, and you are doing work that matters in the world, your dream job. But what if the interviewer asks you, what do you have that I need? Punch. How do you respond? Let's take one more. You're at home and your mom or dad asks you, do you have something you want to tell me? Punch. How are you going to respond? So it's really, really important that before you respond, that you listen. For example, let's say you go to a brand new restaurant. You go to a brand new restaurant that you have never been before. Before you order, what have you got to do? Any guesses?
Look something.
Read the menu.
That's
Check the
absolutely,
manual.
that's absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Before you can order and eat, you've got to read, you've got to observe and read the menu. In the same way, when you have a question and it is asked from you, before you respond, it's really crucial that you listen. So when we speak about listening, what we want to do is something called active listening. Now, what is it? What's the difference? And how does it impact you as a young leader? Let's have a look at it. Active listening helps you to develop the ability, the skill, the capability to handle such unexpected punches. Now, why do I say that? Because when you get used to listening and observing and listening really carefully, you will be able to say something. You will be able to present something in such a way your audience will wonder, how did he know that? How on earth Did he figure that out? And that is what will make you special. So I hope you are excited for listening skills, because this is something in a world where we are stuck with so many different gadgets. The person who can listen and respond becomes really, really, really valuable, respected, and important. As a young leader, this skill can really make you important for the people you will work for the companies that you will make a difference for, and anywhere you go into. What I want to speak to you today is mainly in two areas. We've looked through the introduction of it. We want to speak about the art of listening. And very crucially, we want to identify the difference between listening and hearing, because knowing this difference is really, 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 really critical for you to be able to respond. Then we will speak about some of the bad habits that we may have when we are listening. Now, what is the impact of a bad habit? It blocks us from receiving what we are supposed to receive. A bad habit is like a gate. It's like a filter that doesn't allow the real benefit to come through to you. So we want to break these bad habits and throw them away. And then we want to speak about effective listening. Effective means you do it in the best possible way. So how is it that we can build a great model to listen effectively, get the best out of it, and then respond in the right manner? Let's see. And then we go on to something that in Toastmasters we really, really value. Since 1924, as Toastmaster Vikarabin mentioned, Toastmasters have been making speakers and leaders. And we have a certain way in which we run our meetings. And this method allows everybody to participate in a proper way, so that the meeting is run effectively and efficiently. So when you are the chairman of a meeting, when you are the person holding the gavel and running the meeting, let's see how you can use something called motions to run this meeting effectively and efficiently. We'll speak about these rules, and these rules are coming from something called parliamentary procedure. We'll speak about motions and their purpose, and then we will conclude for the day. So that's the plan. Let's move on. So can you tell me, you can unmute yourself and you can mention this. What is listening? What does it mean to you? What is listening?
Listening is when you hear someone say, and as you're trying to teach us, is to hear it concentratedly and understand it instead of just hearing it to reply.
I like that. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's absolutely right. Listening is hearing, getting the information, and then putting it here, and then storing it here. It's really, really important, because out there's so much happening. And one of the way that we gather information is by looking, by smelling, by tasting, but also very importantly, by hearing. So our senses are open to what's happening out there. By listening, we are able to gather that information. Now, how important is listening? It can be the difference between life and death. Many hundreds of thousands of years ago, our ancestors, when they were hunters and gatherers, if it was very dark in the ice age and they couldn't see, then they would depend on their listening skills for footsteps, for branches breaking, or the growl of a woolly mammoth or a saber-toothed tiger. So in those long ancient days, listening could be the difference between life and death. So what about today? We don't have saber-toothed tigers, we don't have woolly mammoths, but what we do have is danger all around us. You may be walking on a crowded street. You may be on your phone and there may be vehicles coming. So even today, the skill of listening, being open to what's happening around you, is really important. But what we want to talk about here is how listening can make you as a person stand out in a crowd, because you want to make a difference in your life. and you want to make an impact on the people around you. When we speak about listening, we want to compare it to something called hearing. I want to ask you a question. Have you heard about this fictional storybook character called Sherlock Holmes? Raise of hands. Sherlock Holmes. So could anyone tell me what Sherlock Holmes does? He's a
Can I say?
He's a
Detective.
detective.
That is absolutely right. He's a detective. Now Sherlock Holmes has a friend who lives with him, and his name is Dr.
Watson.
Watson.
That's absolutely right. It's Dr. Watson. Now, in one of his early meetings with Dr. Watson, Sherlock Holmes says this, you know, Watson, what your problem is? You see, but you don't observe. So Watson says, no, if I see, I observe. Then Holmes says, okay, you tell me, how many steps is there in the entrance to our house? Watson says, I don't know. So Holmes says, that's right. You see, but you don't observe. Every day you walk from the stairs, but you don't see. There are 7 steps. So that's the difference between seeing and observing. The same thing applies with listening. There's a difference between hearing and listening. Now, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, hearing is a process, a function, or power of perceiving sound. That's important. I'll come back to it in a little while. Specifically, it's a special sense by which noises and tones are received as stimuli. Now, that is a very heavy sentence. What I want you to focus on is the 2 words highlighted in red. Noise. Now, are you happy to hear noise? Does that make you very glad? To me, noise is a problem. So the output of hearing, this passive, I'm listening, I'm hearing, the output of it is going to be noise. So if you just sit, you will be able to hear many different things. If we sit for the next 5 seconds, you would have heard certain things. You may have heard the fan going on in your living room. You may have heard a car going out in the road. You may have heard your mom or dad on this Saturday morning in your house. But all of that doesn't add much to you. You're passive, you're hearing something, but it may not necessarily add benefit to you. But listening, oh, listening is different. Listening is to pay attention to that sound. You hear something with thoughtful attention. Why? Why do you want to listen? Because you want to take that in and you want to digest it and then put it out into the world as something useful. The difference between hearing and listening is like eating junk food and eating healthy food. So if you keep eating junk food, you keep listening to all the noise in the outside world, there is no benefit that you get. But if you take in healthy food full of vitamins, calciums, proteins, then the impact that it has on you is going to be fabulous. Listening is active. You're focused, you're determined, you're attentive, and you're waiting for the information to come through so that you can put it into your storehouse and then apply it in real life. The result of listening is not noise. The result of listening is information, something valuable, something that you can use, something that can be used to make a difference. It allows you to make better decisions, have better conversations, and to make better impressions. That's the importance of listening. So you can be hearing, but you may not be listening. Especially today, when we have this small gadget called the mobile phone, it's very, very, very difficult to actively listen. The other day, I was walking from the car park to my office, and I realized I had left my phone in the car. So I thought, okay, fine, I can survive without my phone for a few minutes. Let me go back to office. I couldn't stay for more than 15 minutes. I felt there was something missing in my pocket. I felt I'm missing out on life. I had to go back to the car, bring the phone and come back. That is how bad the mobile phone can be for someone. It takes all our attention like a newborn baby. So when you have the phone in your pocket or the phone on your hand or the phone in the desk, it becomes really difficult for us to pay attention, because that skill of active listening is becoming a lost art. So for example, who wakes you up in the morning? Your mom, your dad, someone else? All right. So do you remember exactly what she says?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Excellent, excellent. So that is a great example of listening, because that is the first thing that you hear every day. So if you are really listening, your senses are alert, even in that dark time, even when you're sleeping. If your mind is trained to listen, then you will remember it. And then when some person asks you like this, that question, you are able to respond effectively. Now do you think there are benefits of active listening? Do you think it's something good?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So some of the benefits of active listening can be what are some of the benefits of good listening skills?
Paying attention to detail.
Attention to detail. I like that. That's a good one. ATD. What else?
We can respond to their words more.
I like that. Yes, you can respond to their words. That's absolutely true. Right? So if you say right hand, you have the left hand.
Develop.
Sorry? I think I lost somebody. It's either that or my listening skills are going. What else?
He said develop.
Develop. That's true. If
It
you
helps
don't,
you to give a better answer.
I like that. Yes. So develop means you grow. Develop means you grow. The more you listen, the more information you have, the better you're able to develop. And very correct, you're able to give better answers. So many times we read, we study, we do exams. Now the whole purpose of doing all this is so that we can respond to people. But we can't respond unless we listen. It's something really, really important. When you start working, you will find that sometimes some people are more popular than others. And one of the reasons that they're more popular is because they are great listeners. They listen to hear. They don't listen for the purpose of reply. You don't cut somebody's sentence in half. No, no, no. You listen, you absorb, then you reply in such a way that it gives you great benefit. Now, how bad can bad listening get? In the same way we had good listening, we can have bad listening. Let's see. The American scientist, a publication says, the mere possibility, the thought that your phone will ring can reduce your thinking skills by up to 20%. Just the possibility, not the actuality, the possibility that the phone will ring can reduce your thinking capacity by 20%. Now, how is that significant? What is 20%? Can you show me your palm in this way? How many fingers have you got? How many fingers have? Five, right? So imagine I take this thumb out. Imagine I take the thumb out. That is 20%. That is 20%. That is the significance of 20%. So imagine you think the phone is going to ring, your brain capacity reduces by 20%. It's the equivalent of losing one finger out of your hand. So if you don't listen, capacity comes down. On average, you and I hear 20,000 to 30,000 words per day. That's a lot of words. That's a lot of words. However, most people only remember 17 to 25% of the things that they listen to. That's a problem, isn't it? It's like saying you go to a restaurant, you order 10 meals or you order 10 dishes, but you eat only 2. So the remainder is what you don't eat gets
Wasted.
wasted. So 20 to 30,000 words per day, but we can only remember 70 to 25%. And that's because we are unable to listen carefully. So these bad habits, right, we've now seen the impact of these bad habits, or these are some of the bad habits that we can develop. Are there more? There definitely is. On page 22 of your manual, right, one thing that it says is, we keep on saying, oh, that's not interesting, that's boring, that's difficult. See, if it was very easy, everybody will do it and everybody will become a millionaire. One of my favorite quotes is, if you do what everybody does, you will get what everybody gets. If you do what everyone does, you will get what everyone gets. So if your classmates, if your office mates are saying that's boring, that's not interesting, that is too technical, I don't like that, immediately you're saying, I am not going to listen. If you don't listen, you will not get the benefit out of it. It's like saying, I'm going to sit in the car and expect the car to go. No, it's not going to happen. At least not until artificial intelligence comes in. You've got to sit in the car, put the key, turn on the car, look at the signals, put your hands on the steering wheel and drive. The second one is saying, oh, he doesn't look that great. The tie is missing. The hair is not combed. I think the speaker looks sleepy. Oh, the makeup is not that great. I don't like the color of the shirt. See, it is the responsibility of the speaker to dress up and come in a certain way. But if the speaker is not dressed properly, it does not matter. I don't know whether you have noticed this, but sometimes when you go to Manama, in the most, how do you put this? In the most old looking shops, you will get the most fantastic food. Some of the best chai karak that I have come from really old shops in the streets of Manama. Gold is taken from a mine that is dark. Diamonds are taken from the sand and the mountain depths. So good things can come from bad surroundings. Just because someone is not dressed well, it doesn't mean that their content is not that great. So don't be distracted by the appearance of the speaker. He or she doesn't sound that great. I don't like their voice. They don't sound like Celine Dion. They don't sound like my favorite singer. It does not matter. If something of value is coming, then I should be able to listen, absorb, take that information for myself. Some of the greatest professors that teach in universities today don't look that great. They don't sound that great, but that's okay. They are not movie stars. They are not singers. They are transferers of information. So it's up to us to tell my mind, look here, this is important. Get on the bike and get ready to listen. Getting too emotionally distracted. Oh, I'm so happy you said that. How can you say that? That is shocking. When you listen, you should not get overly emotional with the content. It's not a rock concert. It's important that we observe and listen and absorb rather than getting carried away with the emotions. What? How can you say that? That is wrong. That is evil. That is unethical. That distracts you from listening. If you are looking to respond and get emotionally connected, then that impedes your ability to absorb the information. Because an emotional response is not a cognitive response. You respond to the moment, but then you are losing out on what the speaker is going to say. So that's really important to manage your emotions when you're listening to someone speak. That's not a fact. That is your opinion. I'm not listening to the person's idea. You know, the first sign that you have a good idea? How do you know that you have a good idea? Any guesses? It's not a trick question, but it's a little bit of a crazy question. How do you know that you have a great idea? Someone once told me that, if you have a good idea, everybody else will tell you you are crazy. That's the sign that you have a good idea. So if you look at the great scientists who have come before us, all of them were told, you're crazy, you're mad, this is not going to work, this will never happen. But because they persisted, they were able to make a change. The same thing applies to listening. Just because someone comes out with a new idea, we don't say, no, this is not a good thing, I will not believe it. That is not how we have done. No, we are open to listening. Then we look at the good and the bad of it, and we have a proper discussion. So it's important to be conducive and open to new ideas. Oh, I've got to write that down. I've got to write that down. I have to write that down. I have to take a screenshot. I have to send this as a text. When you are doing all this, you are not listening. I am a great believer in taking notes, but you must take notes while at the same time having good amount of attention on the speaker. So when you take notes, generally what I do is I quickly write down one word or two words, which will be a hook for that idea. Then when the speaker finishes, I quickly fill in the gaps while it is still fresh in my head. So taking notes is a skill, is an art, but the listening part of it is important, because otherwise you might write down one thing and miss the 5 other things he says in the next few seconds. This is one of my favorites, fake attention. I was so interested in what you were saying. So what did you like about my speech? I'm sorry, I was so into your speech, I didn't hear what you said. In 18 years of teaching, training, mentoring, and coaching, this has happened to me so many times. What you were saying is so interesting, I can't remember what you said. That's fake attention. So it's really crucial that we pay attention with genuine interest, and it is a skill that you build. Tolerating distractions or making distractions. If someone on the next table is making a big noise, or someone on the other table has a phone that is not on silent, it's important that we either speak to the meeting organizers or we ourselves say, please, it's a distraction, I can't listen, we will not get the benefit. That's number one. Number two is making distractions. My pet hate is in a meeting when people have a cup and they're making coffee or tea while the speaker is speaking. Why is that distracting? Why is that distracting? Because it
Because the
makes,
sound.
that's right, it makes a ding, 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 ding noise. Right? Different people have different signatures. Some people stir like a square. Some people stir in a triangle. Some people stir in a circle. And it's very distracting. Mentally, I'm thinking, did he put sugar? Did they add coffee creamer? Did they add milk? And I'm not listening to what's being spoken. So we should be responsible that we don't make distractions either. And then, this is a really, really important one. When we speak, on average, we speak at 125 to 175 words per minute. But when we listen, our brains are able to absorb about 400 words per minute. About 400 words per minute. What does this mean? You can think faster than someone can speak. You can think faster than someone can speak. But it's important that we use that excess thinking capacity for something worthwhile. You may have seen in some meetings, people are listening, and before the speaker finishes, they're asking questions to put the speaker into trouble. That's a waste of your thinking capacity. Because on that day, you might put the speaker into trouble. But what did you take back out of it? For example, when we are having this workshop, if you're thinking, oh, that's listening, that's hearing. So am I listening or am I hearing? I'm hearing more. Let me now try to do more listening. Oh, that's a good tip. I must try that in the next time in my most boring class. Then maybe instead of getting a credit, I'll get a distinction. When I get a distinction, that'll look good on my CV. My parents will be happy. That's active listening. If I think, oh, he made a mistake, that was slide number 17. The next slide was slide number 19. Where is slide number 18? I will ask that in the question. Has no benefit whatsoever. So it's very important to train our mind to take advantage of that mind over mouth advantage. We think faster. That's natural. It's not because the speaker is not good. It's natural. We think faster than the speaker can speak. Now, how do you build effective listening? What does it mean to have effective listening? Even in the virtual environment, it's important to maintain that eye contact. Yes, we are limited to this box. Yes, we can only see from a distance. But still, if you want to maintain that human contact, keep the eye contact. Smile. Try to create that human connection. Sit attentively. Lean forward. Right? So if I was doing the workshop like this, right, I'm going to fall asleep. But if you lean forward, then you're giving the message to your body, look here, this is business. Now get actively involved. Excuse me. Try to get in a mindset of real enjoyment. Get mentally involved. Smile. Raise your eyebrows. Create that mental bridge between yourself and the speaker. Ask questions if you have doubts, but do it in a nice, professional, charismatic way. And then make comments if necessary. I see. I never knew that. Oh, that's very interesting. So try to create a mental connection between yourself and the speaker. So a model for creating effective listening is listen. What is the speaker's structure? Oh, that's the opening. Ah, that's the body. That's a personal story. All right, now the speaker is concluding. Oh, that's a model. Let me listen. That's an interesting joke. So mentally try to tell yourself what the speaker's model is. Summarize. That's the summary of the slide that I have. Oh, that's what he said in one sentence. This is what it means. Give your mind something to hang on to. Pick up facts, statistics, ideas, stories, quotations, jokes from the speaker's speech. So then you know, oh, this is different. There is something different here. Ah, now I can laugh. Now I can smile. Now I've got to listen. Mentally, make yourself respond to it. Compare with what you already know. I read this in a book. I saw this in a meeting. Oh, this is what happened in the TV program. I know a song similar. This is what my best friend said. So make sure that you compare and then finally think ahead. Oh, he said this. So probably this is what's coming next. So it's important for us to be able to create that proactive model of listening. Listening involves receiving, organizing, interpreting and responding to the information around you. Becoming a great listener gives you great information. Great information gives you great solutions. And great solutions can be used to solve the biggest problems of the world. That makes you a really valuable person. The final part of our discussion is chairmanship. The second and final part is chairmanship. Now, as a president, as a master of ceremonies, when you are running a Toastmasters meeting, we have certain rules and orders that we follow. We call them by certain names. We give them a certain amount of respect because as human beings, we want attention. But in running a meeting where we are trying to solve problems, there must be some sort of procedures. In Toastmasters, what we follow is something called Robert's Rules of Orders. It comes from a very old book that was issued in the 18th century by a gentleman called Henry Martin Robert in 1876. And this is used to run the Parliament of the USA. It's the most popular parliamentary procedures book that is used in the USA. So when we call you Mr. or Madam, it's not because Toastmaster Vikaruddin or myself are nuts. The reason is because we want to give you that respect, uplift you so that you feel valuable and important in this meeting. Now, what is this parliamentary procedures? Is this a real thing? Do we use this in practice? Does the world really value this? The answer to this is this photograph. Does anybody know this gentleman? Yeah? So this, that's right. Thank you, Toastmaster. That is distinguished Toastmaster Ali Shabazz Ali. Right? So in a few days' time, we are hoping that he will become the international director of Toastmasters International. Recently, he did an exam. And when he passed that exam, he got this certificate from the National Association of Parliamentarians. So what we are discussing here is really important. It's something that you can do an exam and you can become an official expert at. People will then come to you to say, how do I solve this problem? How do I run this meeting? How can I do this in a better way? So this is something that the real world really, really values. Now, how do you apply parliamentary procedures? It's through a series of things called motions. Now, the main idea that we are discussing is called the main motion. Now, today, what we are discussing is listening skills. That's the main motion. Privileged motion is it has to happen immediately. For example, the fire alarm goes off. Someone says, Mr. Chairman, I raise a motion to move our meeting because the fire alarm has gone. Everything else is left aside, immediate action. Amendment. Someone can say, yes, the fire alarm went out, but first let us move orderly to the door, then let us move out. So that's modifying a motion before the final vote. Adjourn, call to a close. Mr. Chairman, we have gone half an hour over the time. I move that we adjourn. So it is a call to a close. Rising to a point of order. If someone has made a mistake or an error, then you say, Mr. Chairman, I would like to rise to a point of order. This point has to be corrected. I believe this has to be adjusted. You don't suddenly get up and say, oh, that is wrong. No, you didn't do this and throw tomatoes at the person. No, no, no. You try to put it in such a way that you learn, we learn, and the decorum is maintained. Then you have out of order. Somebody is on the phone or someone is talking to someone else. Then you have to say, Mr. Chairman, I believe the gentleman is out of order. So in that situation, instead of saying that is wrong, you're disturbing the meeting, stop that, or throwing your pen at him, you do it in a nice way. Then you have subsidiary motion, which you apply to an already existing motion, ideally to delay it a little bit. You say until we have further discussed it, or if we can amend it, then you add something to the existing motion. Then you have lay on the table. Mr. Chairman, I propose that we table this motion. That means you delay it for discussion at a later time. Last one we will speak about is take from the table. So if you put on the table is delay, take from the table is bring back to discussion something that has already been done. Now, you're all smiling and you're being very kind, but internally sometimes you might be thinking like this, what on earth is this? But believe me, when you apply these parliamentary procedures, your meetings finish like this. The efficiency of what you do just skyrockets. Learning it is a little tricky, but once you master it, it becomes a really useful tool. And many Toastmasters say, when we run meetings at our offices, everybody says we love to come to your meetings because they run so smoothly like clockwork. Let's test it. So we are discussing parliamentary procedures now. What is that? That is the main motion that is being discussed. So if someone suggests we are very thirsty, can we break for water? That's a life and death situation. That's a privileged motion. If someone says, yes, let's break for water, but I propose for 10 minutes, that becomes an amendment. If someone says, while we are having water, let's close the meeting. Enough for today. That becomes adjournment. Then if I suddenly say, dear ladies and gentlemen, I believe it is now 12 midnight. Is it 12 midnight? No chance. Someone will say, Mr. Chairman, point of order, it's not 12 midnight. If I suddenly start singing a song, I did it my way, someone will rise and say, Mr. Chairman, the speaker is being out of order. This is a workshop. This is not a concert. So by applying this, your meetings become polished. They become professional. So in summary, listen. When you do, you make the speaker feel really important. And when you make the speaker feel important, they will give you more and more valuable content. That connection you create is a game changer. And when you apply it with parliamentary procedures, you will have fantastic meetings. And you as a chairman, as a leader, as a communicator, become really, really valuable, loved, and welcomed in many meetings. I want to end with one of my favorite quotes. And this is a quote that I use in almost all of my presentations because I really love this quote. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond. Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until life punches them in the face. That's 10%. How you punch back is the other 90%. So you've now learned about listening. You've now learned about parliamentary procedures. My question to you is, that's the 10%. How will you respond? Thank you for listening to me. I hope you have a great day. God bless you. Good luck. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Hisham, for the lovely, lovely session. I'm sure the kids are equally excited, the youth leaders, and they must have surely some listening skills now. And of course, they will ask you some questions as well. So please unmute your mic and raise, as the speaker just said, raise your hand. We need to maintain the decorum. Don't overspeak top of the other person. So please raise your hand and we will unmute you and spotlight you. And I will also like to take this opportunity to give a warm welcome to our CGD Club Growth Director, Khalid Jalal, of his presence here. Thank you very much, sir, for joining in. I know for sure you are here because of DTM Hisham.
I'm here for, thank you very much. I'm here for all the young leaders.
Ah, very smart. Thank you, sir.
That's good listening skill. See how he responded?
Would you like to put the words of encouragement for our young youth leaders, sir?
Yes, definitely. Thank you for the opportunity. Good morning, young leaders and the mentors and the guides and the parents, especially, who allowed you to join this particular program. Special thanks to you as young leaders to take the opportunity to come and join this particular program. You know, I always go in any YLP program, I say, what I regret the most in my life. You know that, what it is? Not because I went to school, right? The thing which I regret most in my life, why I did not join Toastmasters when I was at your age. I joined Toastmaster now for 3.5 years, and I really feel regret. I should have joined it when I was in school age. I would have been a different person by now, but it's never too late to start something. And I'm sure you will be a great leader in the future. Just continue the learning you have from this particular program. Listen to your mentors. Continue year after year all these programs. Don't skip them. And you will see a great leader within yourself. You will see you will be performing much better in your school, in your classes. Why? Because you will have a lot of confidence in speaking. So you'll have the courage, confidence, and the eager to stand up in a class and be the first one to speak. That means what? That means it'll help you prepare before you go to your next day session. So I wish you all the best. Enjoy the program. And I always say one more statement in my YLP address to all the kids. There are no punishments, unlike your school. So do all sort of mistakes, do all sort of fun, but yes, with the respect to your mentors and your colleagues. Enjoy the session, make a lot of noise, do all sort of mistakes. That's how we learn. So do not forget, there are no punishments. You're free to learn, you're free to explore everything, ask any question. And we are all here to help you, to support you. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmaster Tawfiq.
Thank you, CGD, Khalid, for that wonderful words of motivation. I'm sure if I was a child in your place, I would have joined as well 14 years ago.
Yeah, let's change your date of birth in your passport and you join. Thank you.
Sir. So we have DTM Hisham. We won't let him go so easily. DTM Hisham, We have some chats, or would you like to
Yeah.
raise?
If they are not able to speak, let them chat the message. And what is the takeaway message from today's session? Right, youth leaders, something for our DTM Hisham Jaffrey. What is the takeaway message from your today's session? Sir, wonderful session. Ayan Ibrahim. What about others? You are not listener because today's session was listening. Thank Aisha, Hanif, learn a lot. Ankush, listening skills are definitely important. Thank you for the session, sir. And what about others? You are not good listeners. Come on. So we need to start our meeting. Yes, Aisha. Hanif.
Toastmaster Vikar, can I say one thing for distinguished Toastmaster Hisham?
Yeah, please.
I just want to say that this session was so brilliant. It's not just for the youth leaders, for the adults too. Adults need to learn how to listen. So it is a very good session for everyone. Understanding for the children is like, what do you listen for? You know, we are listening, but now you have given a way to what they have to listen for. What do you listen in that, you know, while you're listening to the speaker, instead of finding what slide he's changing. And that was so crucial. And many children, even the adults, do that. Okay, looks, he said something else. He was supposed to say something else. So it was very beautiful, beautiful pointer for our own critical thinking skills. Thank you so much.
Very much. You're very kind. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
With that, there is lovely messages is coming, and Madam Mentor DTM Gayatri also saying wonderful takeaway from the session. Thank you. DTM Khalid Jalal, listening with better focus and better learning mind. Thank you, DTM Khalid Jalal. And our one more mentor, S.A. Javed, it was a new definition for me for listening skills. Got to learn more things today. Thank you so much. Amatullah, very entertaining, sir. Thank you for coming. And Ansara, thank you so much for amazing session. I have a really healthy dust of the skills. Very good. Zayed Mullah can listen and also spell 124 words a minute. Wow. So he is catching your words. DTM Hisham, that's a good takeaway. Youth leader Zayed Mullah. And with that, now still Usaid Khan, listening is for understanding, not for just replying. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. And with that, we would like to maintain some time. And I really thanks to DTM Hisham Jaffrey to coming with us. Thanks to DTM Khalid Jalal also, inspiring leader for me. And with the help of him only, we organized this youth leadership program. And I would like to give a token of appreciation to our DTM Hisham Jaffrey. Thank you so much, DTM Hisham Jaffrey, for coming over here, make this program success. Wherever you go, you make everything is happen. Thank you. With that, I would like to conclude this workshop session. Now we'll move to our A and BYLP. Toastmaster Tawfiq will help us to move BYLP and AYLP. AYLP will be in the main room and BYLP will move out to the breakout room. So those who would like to join BYLP, just mention initial your rename as B. So our moderator will move to the BYLP. Okay, Toastmaster Virmit, you want to go to that room or you want to stay here?
Thank you, DTM. All the very
My
best.
pleasure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed my session. Thank you.
And thanks to DTM Khalid Jalal, each and every mentors he is appreciating. Thank you, DTM Khalid Jalal. Now with that, we will not take much time. Now, Toastmaster Tawfiq, you are moving now. Everyone left from BYLP? Yes. So now the AYLP session begins. Who is the subject in terms for AYLP? Zurafa Mohammed. Yes, you can take over now.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, youth leaders, and dear guests. My name is Zurafa, and I will be the surgeon at arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 5th session meeting of the Bahrain IT Professional Toastmaster Club Youth Leadership Program. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules which we follow in our Toastmaster meeting. Number 1, please turn off your mobile phones or put them on silent mode. Number 2, as Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Number 3, please do not cross talk. Every Toastmaster club shares the same mission, clearly defined in the following mission statement. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in great self-confidence and personal growth. Through this mission, each Toastmaster gains a clear understanding of the club's purpose, and the organization as a whole benefit from a shared set of values and goals. Visit our next meeting. Guests are most welcome. You won't regret it. So please welcome our Youth Leadership Program President, Youth Leader Khatija Zara.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms. A very warm good morning to everyone. I welcome you all wholeheartedly to the Session 5 of Youth Leadership Program conducted by BITP Toastmasters Club. I, Khatija Zara, call the meeting to order. Our today's theme is friendship, and the word of the day is together. Friendship is one of the treasures that anyone can possess. God gave us the right to choose friends because they'll be with us forever. Our parents and siblings are loving us because they are our own blood. But a friend is someone who is initially a stranger, then take place in our own life above all other relations. Friendship is nothing but true and pure love without expectations in return. When a friend is together for a very long time, the bond becomes more strong that no fight, no jealousy can break them. Thank you. I now hand over the stage to our beautiful and charming Masters of Ceremony, Mr. Abdali Barodawala. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President, for such a wonderful introduction. Don't walk in front of me. I may not follow you. Don't walk behind me. I may not lead you. Walk beside me, just as a friend. Madam President, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good morning. I'll be the Toastmaster of the day. And the theme of today's meeting is friendship. As the Toastmaster of the day, it's my responsibility to introduce the speakers for today's meeting. After the speeches have concluded, I'll ask for the timer's report, request ballots be passed to the vote counter, introduce the general evaluator as the A counter for the report, ask the grammarian for the report, and call on the vote counter for results. I will then return control back to the president before we conclude today's meeting. So leaders, are we ready to have a quality meeting together? Our first role player for today is the timer. But before I introduce him, William Shakespeare has rightly said, better 3 hours too soon than 1 minute too late. Ladies and gentlemen, our timer for the day is Muhammad Aris. I would request Aris to explain his role. Aris? Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. I guess he has internet problem.
I think I'll move forward.
Okay, you can move on to the grammarian now.
Okay. The English language is nobody's special property. It is the property of the imagination. It is the property of the language itself. To keep our imagination's property in a check, let me introduce today's grammarian, youth leader Anshara. May I request her to explain the role of the grammarian?
Ansara, are you here? She's in India. I think there is some issue with the internet and she's joining back again. Ansara.
Really was internet issues, so I couldn't. I left the meeting. So am I audible to you now?
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay, thank you. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language, as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. I guess the word of the day is already introduced by Khadija. So, I'll skip that. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I'll give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting and also the report on usage of the word of the day. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Don't you all feel that it's such an happiness when we are together and learning in moments of fun? Thank you, Anshara. As your master of ceremonies, I would urge all of you to use the word of the day together. Let's begin our prepared speech segment.
Yeah, his Aris is ready now. You can ask him for the timing criteria, so he will explain. Aris?
Okay.
Yes.
Arif, can you explain the role of the timer?
Yes. Greetings, Master of Ceremonies, youth leaders, chief coordinator, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluators. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which donate specific times remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. Icebreaker speeches should be 3 to 4 minutes length. At 3 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 3 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 4 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Back to you.
Toastmaster Aris, how you will show the timing cards? Do you have virtual?
No, I don't have them. Let me check.
Okay, I will forward it to you. You prepare yourself. And Abdali,
Okay.
before you are asking the speaker, you check the evaluator is available with you or no.
Okay, sir. So should I like text him, or I should ask him like on the screen only?
Yeah, you ask about evaluator before introducing the speaker. You check the evaluator is available for that speaker. You know, last
Okay.
time somebody has speak, but evaluator was missing. Yeah.
Okay. So let's begin our prepared speech segment. Together, these youth leaders are going to inspire you with their speeches. Suhana Muhammad, are you there? Suhana Muhammad?
Yeah, Suhana is not there, so I request someone can take as a evaluator because I think she is not here. Madam Gayatri, if you can take as evaluator for speaker number 1. Okay, Khatija wants to take that one. Okay, you can take Khatija.
Should I move ahead? A 13-year-old studying in IBN, Al-Hitam Islamic School in 8th grade. Her dream is to become a businesswoman and an investor one day. Soha Aslam, with the title About Me. Soha Aslam, About Me. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, MC. Speech about me. First, leadership is a capacity to translate vision into reality. A very warm good morning and welcome to my dear friends and teachers. Few years back, on 30 June 2008, a miracle happened. You want to know what the miracle was? Yes. A small baby girl was born. Yeah, that was me. I was loved by everyone. But then, when I became 3 years old, something strange happened. My parents came from hospital with a little baby boy in their arms. And then I got to know that he was my brother. At starting, he was cute and I loved to play with him. But when he started to grow up, he became a big trouble for me. Whenever I play with my friends, he disturbs me. I remember one day I was playing with my cousin with a small kitchen set. He crawled near to me with his tiny hands and legs and started to throw my toys here and there. I was very angry. And even I cannot shout at him because he was small. Few months passed like this. On 2012, I came to Bahrain. Everything was new for me. After some days, I got an admission in Ibn al-Haytham Islamic School. And till now, like from then till now, I'm studying in Ibn al-Haytham Islamic School in grade 8 now. And you guys know, till second standard, I was crying and going to school that I don't want to go to school. Few years passed like this, and now I'm become 30 years old, and now I just realized that school is a fun place. where to go. And after my brother, I have 3 more siblings, 2 sisters and 1 small brother also. My hobbies are swimming and reading books because whenever I swim, I feel like free. And whenever I read books, I gain more knowledge. I love cooking, but I hate washing the dishes. Whenever I meet my friends, I feel very free. And we make TikTok videos. And my father is an engineer and a supervisor. He is now the 19 year is going on that in 2002 he came to Bahrain, and I love him. I love like his occupation and more languages he can speak. I want to learn like Arabic from him and perfect English from him. And my mother is a teacher. She was a teacher in Al Noor International School, and my brother is studying in Indian school. And after the brother, I have 2 sisters, and 1 sister is studying in Indian school, and the rest of 2 are small. One is 2 years old, and my brother is only 2 months old. And I love to make TikToks with my friend, and sometimes I listen songs of K-pop like BTS and Blackpink. My favorite song of BTS is like Dynamite, and Blackpink is like Kill This Love. I just love, and Blackpink is like wow, say like they whenever the song starts, I feel so much energy I cannot say. And I love to play with my friends and my cousins. My most memorable day was on 24 June 2021. Like I was playing with my cousins in India. Few days are going like this, okay, but then I still remember the date. On 1st June 2021, I received a news from my parents. I don't know, the news was strange to me or horrible to me. They told that they wrote my name in YLP and now I'm selected. I'm the participant of that. 5 or 4 days like passed like this. Okay, cool, like chill. But on the 5th and 6th day, I was like, oh my God, what is going to happen? How much speeches I will memorize this much big speeches. Now I remember, oh, that's easy. I have mentors to connect with, and if you write speech by your own, so you don't need to learn it. Like I feel now okay, connecting with YLP, my public fear is going like little by little, little by little. Thank you. That's about me.
Wow, what an amazing speech. We got to know a lot about you. Thank you, Soha. The next speaker, before that, I would like to know, is Noora Fed, wait, Zahra Muniz. Is Zahra
Yes.
Muniz? Okay. The next speaker of the day is Rua Aslamji with the title, My True Self. Rua, My True Self. The virtual platform is all yours.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but can't see your video. As you said, you're having internet issue, so you can proceed.
Good morning. I hope you're having an amazing day. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Be the change you wish to see in this world." Most people would look at me and not expect your average middle school student to accomplish not much of anything. However, events from my past and things I hope to accomplish in my future might say otherwise. I've always been a dreamer, wanting to accomplish great things in this world, and I believe I have many personality traits that would help me to do so. Hi, my name is Rasa Mahiji and I'm 12 years old. My birthday is on February 15, 2009. I'm born in Bahrain and I'm going to 7th grade. I go to Beacon Private School. You may have lots of people to inspire in this world. The people who inspire me the most are my parents. My mom, her name is Dia, and she works at STC as a marketing manager. And my dad, his name is Muhammad, and he's an engineer and he works at General Electric. Now let's talk about my siblings. I'm the oldest sibling of 3, me, my sister, and my brother. My brother is 9 years old and his name is Hussein and he goes to the same school as me. And my sister, her name is Fatma and she's 3 years old. My goal and accomplishments is to become an interior designer since I have the great passion of designing. My hobbies are drawing and video editing. I've been to video editing for 2 years now, and I've been drawing for my whole life. My favorite type of food is Italian food. I'm always learning how to grow my personality, and I wish I could have learned how to do it sooner. But if I haven't discovered my true self, I'm still on a great journey. I want to use my experiences to make my future the absolute best that I can, because that's who I am. I'm the kind of person who cares enough about my past to grow from it, and cares enough about my future to exactly know how to do so. I may not always have the most useful ideas, the most confidence, or the best way to get there, but I always know there's room for improvement. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. Mark Twain once said, "Thank you."
Wow, what a great speech we had. The third speaker of the day is a 15-year-old studying in 11th grade at the Indian school who loves to read. Aisha Tawfiq with the title Believing in Oneself.
Okay.
Aisha Tawfiq, Believing in Oneself.
Check the
Stage is all yours.
Evaluator. Check the evaluator.
Zurafa is there.
Okay.
Thank you, MC, for that wonderful introduction. A young girl wondered about the stars, comets, galaxies, and the universe as a whole. The girl was me. Good morning, I'm Aisha Tawfiq. But I'm not here to introduce my name, rather to introduce myself to you. I'm 15 years old and attend the Indian School Bahrain. My maths and physics are my favorite subjects. I have 2 lovely parents. Let me ask you a question. Who is the most annoying person in this world? I'm sure most of you will say your sibling. Even I have 2 really annoying siblings. There are a few relatives of mine who live here in Bahrain, including my closest cousin. About her, she loves to remind me that I'm a heavy sleeper, as I once rolled on top of her while sleeping and crushed her. She loves to embarrass me, especially in front of my friends. I think it's probably her hobby. Nevertheless, I adore her and the rest of my family. As I have mentioned before, my dream is to become an astronomer, as I'm very fascinated by the stars. The Canis Major is my favorite constellation. The color red, it's my favorite. Reading, crocheting, and daydreaming are a few of my hobbies. Among my favorite authors, Joanne Rowling stands out the most. I prefer to read the genres of comedy, mystery, and fantasy. Additionally to reading, I also love creating short stories, but I never write them. I love traveling as well and have been to a few places. I hope to visit France one day, as it's my dream country. One of my favorite memories is watching a meteor shower with my family. I also relish board games, particularly those which require strategic thinking. Exercise and sports are among the things I dislike, except for swimming. I also hate history, as I'm horrible at remembering the dates. Besides, it's in the past. Cats are my favorite pets, and I even had one of my own once. Concerning fears, I'm afraid to speak in public. This is what motivated me to join this program, and I'm sure with some time and practice, I will overcome my fear. In my personality, I'm an introvert who loves staying indoors. I have been described as creative, kind, friendly, and shy. I want to conclude with the quote: working hard is important, But there's something that's more important: believing in oneself. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha Tawfiq. I would like to know, is Yusuf Bardoli here?
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay, thank you. The fourth speaker of the day is Ahmed Farooq. Ahmed Farooq, all yours. Rock the stage. Ahmed Farooq.
Ahmed Farooqi, that one. Ahmed Farooqi, the fourth speech. Ahmed Farooqi, are you here?
No, sir. Ahmed Farooqi is the fifth speaker.
Okay, Ahmed Farooq. Okay. Ahmed Farooq. I think he's having some issue with the internet. Ahmed Farooq, are you here? Okay, you move on to the next speaker, and meanwhile we'll come back here for Ahmed Farooq.
Okay, sir. A speaker who's passionate about flying and reading mysterious stories. The final speaker of the day is Ahmed Abdul Rahim Farooqi with the title, Let's Take to the Skies. Ahmed Abdul Rahim Farooqi, let's take to the skies. All yours. The evaluator Usaid Khan, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you.
Am I audible, sir? Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are.
Dreams are not what you see and see. It is the thing that doesn't let you see. Honorable guests, Toastmasters, DTMs, and my fellow youth leaders, a very good morning to one and all. How would you feel like if you woke up to the sound of a former president? I would feel like a rock. In fact, the system has its voice encoded inside. Just imagine that's not the case. And we're back to Ahmed Rahim Farooq, a Hyderabadi and 19 years old. I'm a ninth grader in the Indian school of Bahrain. I live with my family. My father and mother, Salahuddin and Sultana, are dentists in hospitals nearby.
No, Ahmed Farooqi, I think your voice is breaking. Sorry to interrupt you. Ahmed Farooqi, your voice is interrupting. Usaid, I think your voice is okay. Usaid, are you here?
Yes.
Yeah, your voice is okay because the speaker, I think he's having some issue. Can you speak some few words, Ahmed Farooqi?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, you can continue now.
Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you now, but some voice is lagging.
Can you hear me, sir?
Can you rejoin again?
Okay.
I have a question. Okay.
Yes, Ahmed Bardoli, your speaker, he did not show off.
Also, who am I evaluating?
Yeah, your speaker, he's Ahmed Farouk, but I am not sure he's here or he's not here.
So I'll try to contact him.
Okay. Ahmed Farouqi, are you here? Ahmed Farouk. Okay, now he joined again back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Okay, you can start now.
Can I start from the point?
You can make your camera off. I think there is some. Yeah. Now you speak.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, you can proceed now.
I'm starting. In online classes, all subjects look like a ton of bricks to me. But in the real school, I adored maths, but not Hindi. Fun fact, my grandfather is a mathematician and my grandmother is a Hindi expert. In terms of appetite, I'm not a very good eater, although a thorough one. I devour the biryani of Hyderabad, but I hate vegetables. If we go into my friendship bonds, I am not a very good friendship maker. I choose my friends carefully and skillfully. The first time I went into school, I made a friend after 2 years of searching. His name was Abdul Bari. We were very, very close friends. Once he broke his arm, and I used to write his notes for him. And the two other best friends I accomplished in my life were in Bahrain. They are Uday Shankar and Izhan Parvez. My ambition in life is to become a pilot or an aerospace engineer because I just love flying and plan to design my own plane one day and take to the skies. As Toastmasters Santosh Abraham said in the last meeting, you have a potential of an A380. The A380, which has a lot of power, doesn't know how to get to the runway. So even an A380 needs a lot of help from the ATC to be airborne. It is just that in this case, the mentors are the ATC for me. In the time that passes between my obligations in life, I daydream, and spend my time reading books, mysteries, and fictions mostly. As many children in the world, I also like social media, but I only like YouTube and I hate Instagram. So that's about it about me. That's about it about me. I would like to finish with a quote from a famous entrepreneur. Failure is an option. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. My friends, failure is the step to success. There is a famous quote saying that the key to success is hard work. There are two keys to success. The one is failure and the other one is hard work. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, MC.
Wow, what an amazing speech. You rocked the stage. Excellent speeches. Let's hear a round of applause for all the speakers. I would request the timer for his reports for the speaker.
Yes, so actually I could not note the time for the first evaluator, so I started from the second because I had some issues. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay, proceed.
Okay. So for the second evaluator, Ruwa Al Samaji. So she took 1 minute for her speech, and she's, wait a second.
Okay, meanwhile, everyone, you can vote for a best speaker. And Ahmad Farooq and Yusuf Bardoli, you can make it on the next session. Ahmad Farooq, I think he's not ready for his speech, or maybe some technical issue.
Let's vote for the best speaker.
So you just make a countdown for remaining 30 seconds. Who will be the best speaker? I will count 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, end of the poll. Now you can proceed next.
Yes, sir. Now it's time for the evaluators to help our speakers with some feedbacks. To evaluate our first speaker, we have our president, Khatija Zahra.
Thank you, Masters of Ceremony. Wow, what a great job done by Soha Aslam. Claps. The opening with a leadership quote perfectly took the speech on. There was suspenses and humor in her speech that made the speech more and more clear. Like journey through a sibling with a little brother is so difficult because they annoy us a lot and disturb while we play with someone. Clearly explaining about herself with a huge smile. The humor and the suspenses made me laugh and guess what is going to come next. In terms of humor, she told that she loves cooking but hates cleaning the utensils. I guess she makes a lot of mess. Here comes the favorite part, the K-pop songs. Even I really love K-pop songs. She loves Dynamite and Let's Kill This Love. That is even my favorite ones. Here comes the shocking news on 1st June 2021 when she got that she was selected for the YLP program. She even mentioned that she's being more and more clear and good in speaking and overcoming her nervousness of speaking to someone. We could clearly see in her speech which was said today. In every little way, there is a chance of improvement. I would suggest her to stand up and speak so that she could have used more area around her, as well as the hand gestures. If she could have used the hand gestures for some things, the speech would have looked more and more interesting. And the vocal tones, the high pitch and the low pitch. Anyways, without those also, the speech was very perfect. I really loved it, enjoyed it, it was perfect, and I am speechless. Thank you. Over to you, Masters of Sir.
Thank you, Khatija. That was a great evaluation. Both the evaluator and the speaker were K-pop fans. Good to know. Now, our second evaluator is Zahra Muniz.
Thank you. So Roa, I thoroughly enjoyed listening to your speech, but that was honestly it was only what I could catch. And sorry to start off negatively, but I feel like you rushed your speech a lot. If you had slowed down, I would have been, and other people too would have been able to pick up on things that you said, and you may even have gone over like 3 minutes because the timer didn't give the exact report, but it was about a minute long, which means that you were disqualified. But if you had slowed down, perhaps your speech would have been a little bit longer and you would have been in the running for an award. Moving away from all the criticism, your speech title was good because you said that you haven't discovered your true self yet, and you pointed out some of your faults, but you said that you know where you want to go into the future with that. And you seem to be very well prepared, but like I said, you talked pretty quickly. And the purpose of your speech was, talking about your true self. And you said that you haven't discovered that yet, but you know that there's room for improvement. And you talked about your family, and that's, a part of yourself as a person. And you did have some facts. And, you talked about your future and how your traits would take you there. But it was a little bit short. And I think that you could have maybe revealed a few more facts about yourself. Your introduction was clear. You opened with a quote, "Be the change you wish to see in this world," said by Mahatma Gandhi. And that was captivating. And so I was listening. But after that, it was also, you didn't have your camera on and your audio was unclear. So I couldn't tell whether there was eye contact or whether you had good pauses or body language. But aside from that, you had good grammar, and your vocabulary was good as well. But you could have, even though your camera didn't work, just with the speaking, you could have had a bit more of voice modulation, talking louder and quieter and slower and faster. And you closed with a quote by Mark Twain, and the structure of your speech was good. And I know I keep saying this, but it is true, because that's the reason I didn't really catch much. I think you should have slowed down a little bit more. But other than that, well done.
Thank you, Zara, for your feedback. The third evaluator is Zurafa Muhammad.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Be strong when you're weak. Be brave when you're scared. And be humble when you're victorious. Quoted by Michael Moxley. Greetings, Master of Ceremonies, coordinators, Toastmasters, young fellow leaders, and guests. A very warm good morning to one and all present here. Today, I, Zurafa, will be evaluating my speaker, Aisha Taufik. First of all, let's give Aisha a round of applause. Congratulations, Aisha, for delivering your first icebreaker speech successfully. Wow, what an amazing speech it was. I must say, I enjoyed each and every line of the speech. The way she presented the speech was just on point, was just flawless. And I appreciate that she avoided notes and stood up while speaking. I would say, like, some suggestion, and I hope you would take it and improve it for your next session. That you could speak a little more boldly. And the second point is that you could have been more expressive. And the third point, you could have added some humor. That would have attracted everyone, right? So you could have added some humor. And what else? She said she wants to become an astronomer. And I wish her very good luck for her future and an upcoming session. And I wish her also to fulfill her dream. She had an attention-grabbing introduction. The way she presented the speech was flawless. I would tell that she had eye contact. That's the main thing in public speaking. And she also said that she was afraid to speak in public. Aisha, don't worry. Just think that no one is in front of you and speak, express yourself. This is your chance to do it and do it. And you did it actually. And I hope she would take up my point and do much better than this. Overall, she was a zealous performer. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.
Very useful feedbacks by you, Zurafa. Thank you. Last but not the least, our fifth evaluator is Usaid Khan.
Hello everyone, and good evening. It's for me because I'm in India. So yeah, good evening to everyone. So before I start, I would like to start with the good points. The first thing was that your body was really good and was really interactive, and you ended with a quote which was really good. But those are the only two things I could really say good about, because first, you didn't have really good network. Second, your opening wasn't really strong. It didn't really catch the attention as I would expect it to. And then overall, the speech was really well, but I would really prefer next time you open with a quote or some joke, and you really missed humor in your speech as well. So I prefer next time you should have some humor and start your speech with like a quote or something which really grabs attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Usaid. Thank you, all the evaluators, for your feedbacks. A round of applause for all the evaluators. I would again request the timer for your report.
Yes, sure. Yeah, for the third, for the third speaker, the time was so her name was Aisha Tawfiq, right? So she took 3 minutes and 8 seconds for her speech. And for the fourth speaker, Ahmad Farooqi, he took 2 minutes and 43 seconds for his speak. Thank you.
No, did you note down for evaluation?
No.
Okay, vote for the best here. There is a poll already has mentioned over here. So you can vote for the best evaluator.
So you're muted.
Yeah, okay, now you can make 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now move on to the next.
Next, we have a very interesting concept called the debate. A debate is an argument for a topic where we have speakers speaking for the topic and speakers who will speak against the topic. So today our topic is winter better than summer? The affirmative team who are for the topic are girls who are hot like summer, who favor summer. Team leader Khadija Zara, followed by Noora Faisal, Anshara Samin, Zahra Muniz, Atika Parveen, and Zurafa Muhammad. Next, we have the against team or the negative team. Our boys who are cool like winter, who favors winter. Team leader Yusuf Bardoli, followed by David Samuel, Ishan Binesh, Usaid Khan, Ahmad Faruqi, Ahmad Farooq. Let's go, boys. Hope you win.
Okay, start Team A Elite. Khatija Zara.
Yes, thank you, debate moderator. Good morning to everyone. Summers are better than winter. I strongly agree to this statement. Summers give us good vibes and happiness by bringing our dear ones together. By getting long vacations, we get long breaks during summers. My team members will be more elaborating on this. Let me give you my opinions. We make many memories during summer seasons by making fruitful memories by sweet mangoes and water splashes at the beach. What about you? Yeah.
So from the boys, anybody can speak, right?
Yeah, now Yusuf Bardoli. Yeah, okay.
Or do I say mine now?
Yes.
Okay. So the suggestion I was giving, winter is better than summer. And I actually agree with this because I prefer winter over summer. It's because there are many fun things you can do in winter. There are many fun activities, there's amazing food, there is good clothing, and it just brings your family together, brings your friends together, and there's so many memorable moments you can do in winter.
Okay, next team member from Team A.
I was supposed to say my points.
No, Noora Faisal.
Noora Faisal is here.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I would like to oppose what my worthy opponent said. I believe that summer gives us the chance to go outside and bask in the warm sun. You can go to the beach on a sunny day for some surfing and soak under the sun. You can go on a picnic and fly a kite. You can go on a swim and refresh your mind from a stressful day. You can play outdoor sports like tennis, basketball, and football with your friends and family. You can have loads of fun river rafting. You can even have a chance to sail through the skies if you go paragliding or skydiving. But doing all of this exciting activities during the winter would be impossible because we just freeze up because of the cold. And that's why I think summer is better than winter. Thank you.
Sir, request a follow-up.
Who is Team 1? David.
Can I follow up?
So you can let to say it. Say.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe winter is better than summer because, as you all know, hot food is always more appetizing than a food which came just out of the fridge. So if it's winter, we really enjoy hot food more than we would enjoy hot food in summer. So that's why I say winter is better than summer.
Okay, team A.
Anshara. Anshara. Anshara.
Okay, give me a minute. She mentioned because she is a grammarian, she is noting down as well as she is doing a role. That's a great.
I'm really sorry, actually, there was some problem. Can you guys just give me a minute? I'll just plug in my charger. Okay, so am I audible and visible?
You are audible but not visible.
No?
A video on.
No, actually, there are two. Like, I'm using two
Okay,
devices.
okay. Carry on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Every season has perks that makes it special. But there's something about summer that puts it in a league of its own. Yes, I'm saying summer is better than winter, and I've got the points to prove it. Beyond just the fact that summer isn't cold. Now, guess what? Even the science is with me, Since you'll be going to spend more time in summer, then you're going to get, you're going to spend more time outdoors during the summer season, and then you're going to get more of the vitamin D than you would ever be during the winters. Vitamin D is really important because it supports everything from our body's ability to absorb calcium to muscle movements to your immune system. The more you're exposed to the sun, the more vitamin D you get. And the same goes for the strength of the sun. Sunlight even makes you happy. And this isn't an opinion, it's a scientific fact. Sunlight makes your brain produces serotonin, a chemical which makes you feel happy. And I'm sure you're not going to get that bright sunlight in the dark winter days, are you?
Can I speak?
Yes.
Yes. Sir. In when I like winter more than summer, and I support it because in winter we drink drinks like coffee, tea, or chocolate milk for our refreshment, and it's very healthy for our body too. So, but in summer you drink cold drinks like Coke or cold water or 7 Up or drinks like that. But the thing that can affect that thing, those things can actually affect our body because it can bring either any sickness or any diseases. So that is why I think that winter is better than summer.
Am I allowed to speak? Okay, so what you said about coffee and tea, they both contain high amounts of caffeine, which are more likely to give you diseases than soft drinks. And most people do drink tea and coffee with sugar, and soft drinks have sugar as well. So technically, it's an eye for an eye. It's not like drinking cold water is going to give you a disease. So I disagree with what you said.
Okay, team A.
Sir, can I speak?
Yes, you have team.
So it's
B
team
should
B.
speak. Like team B, the speaker.
Team B should speak.
Who is that team B now? Who is the one now?
It's Ishan.
Ishan. think he's having some issue with his son. Is here. Okay, somebody wants from in place of Isan, you can make Yusuf Bardoli if you can. Yes,
Okay.
Salawat. Yeah. Yes, Ahmed Farooqi.
Thank you, debate moderator. So, why I like winter more than summer is now imagine you are sitting indoors, okay? You're in your house and it's summer and you go to turn on the AC and it's just not working. So now, like, the whole house is hot and you're gonna be sweating and it's just not a good time. No matter what you're wearing, you'll still sweat and you'll still be hot. Now, if it's winter and the heater is not working, you can just wear like 2 layers of clothes and you're good. Like by comfortness, I feel like winter is just better.
Yes, now. So I strongly agree that summer is better than winter. Summer gives people the chance to get outside and bask in the warm sun. Driving in winter might be tragic. Waiting for the fog to melt off your car windows when you are already running late for class is the most obnoxious experience ever. The weather is nicer in the summer. There are usually less storms and more sunshine. This allows you to spend more time outdoors, which can be better for your health than sitting inside and drinking hot chocolate would be. You can go to the beach, go on a picnic, fly a kite, go for a walk, and so much more. Summer is a good time for farmers because not only is there many sunlight in summer, there is also more rain. The heat gives you more chance to go swimming. The cold wind forces you to stay inside and wear layers of clothes. Why would you rather be in the dark cold winter when you could be enjoying the sunshine in summer? Thank you.
Okay, so can I speak?
Sir, can I speak after him?
Yeah,
Okay.
Ahmed Farooqi. Aris also
Let,
is there. Yes, Aris also is there.
so let me speak. So in summer, there's two things which I know. A, something known as loo, which many Indians know is a sickness, and second thing which is known as a sunburn. So in winter we don't have anything such as a winter freeze to your body, and in winter you have simple cold which with two tablets, if I ignore the pandemic, can go away. So is that in summer? Thank you.
Yes, Team A.
Okay, I'll talk. So I strongly oppose Usaid Khan. No, Ahmed. So he said that only he likes wearing clothes. I mean, who likes wearing so many layers of clothes on your body? I wouldn't like it. I would like just this pretty little dress with beautiful colors, and it feels very light, which is pretty good. So I wouldn't like wearing 100 layers, not literally though, but I feel like it. Wearing gloves and stuff and stuff and stuff, which is very boring, and it takes a lot of time to, take out all the things and wear them and stuff like that and go out. It's better to wear a hat and sunglasses and a pretty dress, a shoes, and then just going out in the sun.
Sir,
So, may
sir, can I say
Aris is there. Yes, Aris.
Yes. So I want to oppose Zurafa. She said that you can walk in summer. So one thing, I'm staying right now in Bahrain, so it's summertime, and whenever I go to the mosque and just stay there for 5 minutes, I will be like sweating a lot. And whenever you go, you can't say that you can go for a walk. You can just not stand for 5 minutes. So then how can we go for a walk for 5 minutes? In that 5 minutes, you'll be very sweaty. So I don't think that you can walk in outside. Thanks.
Okay, can I see? So my birthday opponent Aris said that During the summer, we can't. It's wrong. Instead of sitting in home watching TV, Netflix, boring. You want to be productive. You need to be productive, be healthy. Healthy is the main thing, not just sitting home, wearing layers of clothes, doing nothing. Instead, you can go walking in the sunshine, such a beautiful, bright day, and you'll get vitamin D, right? That is what doctors tell us. Go walking in the sun, you'll get vitamin D. So that's the main thing. And I actually oppose what Aris told, my worthy opponent said. Thanks.
Sir, can I say?
Now I guess the
Can I talk?
Yeah, Yusuf Bardoli, just wait. Ahmed Faruqi wants to speak.
Yes, I want to argue on the basis of weather. So in the summer, tropical storms are more prone. I mean, who likes a storm? Nobody likes a storm. It causes destruction. It causes havoc across the country or where it's struck. Or who likes to change so many clothes? You perspire during summer. When you go out, you perspire much more than winter. You have to change at least 10 sets of clothes during the day. And winter, it is cool. Winter, you don't have storms that much during winter. You just have little bouts of rain or something else. And you can, in the northern areas, near the Arctic Circle, you can ski during winter. You have snow during winter. And the children there love building snowmen during the winter. So that's why.
Please, can I speak?
I would like to oppose.
I would like to. Okay, Anshara, continue.
Okay. So my worthy opponents is talking about sweating in summer. Well, now let me talk about it from the scientific thought. Sweating is actually good for you. You know, everyone, sweating sounds crazy, but it boosts your energy and refreshes and detox your body and even help clear up your acne. And it has so many health benefits that you never knew about it, but yes. And one more thing, you've been saying that who likes storm? Exactly, who likes storm? There's so many snowstorms going around in the winter. No one likes that, right?
Sir, can I speak now?
Yes, Yusuf Bardoli.
So I am opposing my worthy opponent, Zurafa, because she said that all you do in winter is watch Netflix and sit at home. However, that is false. You can have snowball fights in winter. It can get you closer to your family. You can go skiing. You can go sledding. You can build campfires. You can spend more time in nature. You can bond with your family. You can build snowmen. You can build sculptures. There are many fun activities you can do in winter. In summer, it's really hot, and in summer it is really hot, and you keep sweating. Even though it's healthy for you, it is still very annoying. But in winter, if you wear a good amount of clothes, you will not feel cold. And as science says, our body can withstand cold more than heat. Thank you.
Can I speak?
Yes, you can.
My worthy opponent Yusuf, you're telling that snow. Are snow available in all countries? No. In Bahrain, whenever there is winters, snow is not at all there. In all countries, there are not snow that we can go and ski in there. We can make snowmans and have snowball fights. It's not possible because in all countries it isn't available. And you're talking about the and you're talking about the AC, right? AC is not only in AC can be enjoyed both in summers also, like that. And as well as not only in winters we can do many activities, even in summer, as said by Noora, that we can do parachute sliding and then many other activities. And you're saying that we can bring our near and dear ones together, but schools are also there in winters. We don't get long breaks. Rather, in summers, we get long breaks, like 2 months vacation, and we get a chance to visit our relatives in India for 1 month. In winters, we just get those 1 week holidays. What we enjoy. just those art integrated activities and homeworks. We don't have a chance to enjoy in winters there rather than summers.
Yeah, so can I say?
Can I object on your winter holiday? Well, for summer holidays, they give us a holiday so that when we come to school or go for recess, we don't get sunstrokes, because we all know how hot it can get. For winter, we get only 1 week because it's a time that you're supposed to have fun as well. That's why the vacations are short. The summer have long holidays because summer lasts longer and can give you easy sunstrokes. Thank you.
Can I oppose it?
Yes.
I think, like you said, summer breaks are long because we for sunspots, right? That's completely wrong. The school give us holidays because the summer is such a beautiful season, and school is letting us to express ourselves, like go to beach, fly a kite, go to vacation. That's the main thing. During summer, it's a beautiful season that school is allowing you to giving you a break just to go to enjoy the nature, not just to sit out. And winter is because it's so cold, 1 week. That's it. But summer, you can express yourself. That's it. Thank you.
Can I say? Can I say? Yeah, as
Yes.
she
Yes.
said that in summers we can go out, right? So in winters also we can go out. Just if, Khadija also said that in winters not all places they have snow, but in Bahrain in winters there is no snow, but we can go. There are many camps, so we can just sit in the camps and relax and play and all. And one more thing, that over there for childrens and many other peoples they have go-karts, means the for the children they have bikes, small four-wheelers for them, so they can do that and enjoy a lot of it. So I think winter are more better than summers. We cannot enjoy that thing in summer.
I would like to oppose your point, my worthy opponent RS. You're saying that we go for go kart and bikes and all. It depends upon the uh, season, the weather. If the weather is windy, because in winters we get a lot of windy rains and all, that makes the mud more sticky, and we are not able to ride bikes, as well as we are not even able to go outside because of those windy weather. So it depends upon the weather. Not all the time we can go outside and play. And even give me an honest answer, does your mother allow you to go outside in winters? tell
Yes,
tell
yes,
me.
yes,
No,
sometimes,
they don't.
yes.
Sometimes, right? Not always. Sometimes. And because you'll be getting sick. Winter is the season where we get flu, common flu, cough, sickness, and many more things. That's why our mom doesn't allow us to go outside. And in summers, our mothers always force us to go outside, play with your friends, and etc. Because due to this pandemic, we're not able to go outside. But still, before times, they used to tell us to go outside. But in winters, does our mother allow? No, of course no.
Can I oppose what Khadija said?
Yes. And can you allow some team member from team A? Then after that we will make a conclusion, because as topic is getting more interesting and everybody is opposing is very nice. We will make another session for that. Now team B, some other opponent. David, would you like to say something?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, why not? So even I also would like to oppose Khadija's point. In winter, like with all the other points like food and hot drinks in winter, and with all the sports and all, the biggest factor is coziness. Like in summer, it's zero coziness actually, because when you're in winter, though it's very cold outside, you can spend some time outside, as well as put any heater, or you can sit next to a campfire too, and it's super cozy with the hot drinks, as well as hot soup, right? So if you eat some hot soup, or drink some coffee, and put some warm clothes, and stay outside in the winter, it's definitely going to be a lot more cozier. But in summer, you have to face the heat, and as it may be that there's an AC in your house, but you never know when that will actually stop working. It has happened to me also. So that's why winter is better than summer in terms of coziness.
I would like
Thank
to
you.
correct you,
Sir, can I speak now?
first opponent.
Yeah, let
Sir?
Sarah
That
reply, then we will
in
conclude.
winters
Yeah.
you get the coziness, but it's depressing. It's a winter. You want to get to your bed. You just want to be in your bed. You don't want to go out. You don't want to be productive. You just stay there. And while in summers you get more energized, you're more productive. So you stay cozy in winter because there's nothing more to do. But whereas in summer you can do so much more. You can sleep late in the morning, get the coziness with the AC on, or in the evening go out for playing. And as my worthy opponent is also saying that not everywhere has beaches. Well, summer isn't only about beaches. You can do camp. You can do barbecue at the backyard with your friends. It doesn't require beaches. It just requires a good, harmonious, and energetic vibes around you. And I'm sure summer do have that.
Sir, can I speak now?
Yes,
Sir?
Mr. Bordoli, you have to conclude now. Then after other team will be conclude the session because it is getting more interesting. Everybody is liking that. Okay.
Okay, so I would like to oppose three members. First of all, our grammarian said that barbecues can be done in summer. However, that is false. Most barbecues happen during winter since there's fires, they start grilling it, and then everyone sits outside. And as Rafa said, there is not many snow in most countries. But winter is not all about snow. Like you said, summer is not all about beaches. Well, winter is not all about snow. You can go camping, you can go climbing, you can go cycling. There's many fun, productive things you can do in winter. And someone said that it would not be that fun to wear a lot of clothing. But however, if you wear a lot of clothing, you will not feel that cold. But even if you go out shirtless in the summer, you will still be sweating. And someone says there is nothing productive you can do in summer, and that is very lazy and everything. No, it is not. It brings you closer to your family, because imagine just watching a movie in a couch with a blanket, with some warm food, with your family members. It's very fun. And for the lazy part, you don't have to be lazy in winter. It's a choice. If you want to sit at home and watch a movie or drink soup or have a warm treat, that's okay. But there are also many fun, productive activities in summer, like cycling, mountain climbing, camping, and many more, including sledding, ice skating, ice hockey, and skiing. Thank you.
Sir, am I allowed to speak or do we have to conclude?
Yeah, okay. Zara.
So Yusuf, you said that winter is not all about snow, yet right now and previously all the activities you listed were snow related. So I disagree. All the points you made were about winter having snow. Also, the point that you made just now, and I don't remember who, but someone else, about winter being cozy. Winter isn't cozy. Like snow and rain is not warm and inviting like the sun. It's the fact that blankets and hoodies make you feel warm. That is what is cozy. And so in the summer, you still can sit at home in a blanket and watch a movie with your family. That has nothing to do with the weather. So that point, it doesn't back up what you said. Honestly, I've forgotten what else I was gonna say, but yeah.
Okay, Khatija, now you can conclude.
No, I had the same points like Zara. I was going to speak about the snow because the team B only started about the snow topic. That's why we were opposing it by telling that in all countries there aren't snow available. So yeah.
Sir, can I speak?
No. Now, Khatija, you need to conclude. We have to finish the session. So, conclusion of all your points.
Yeah, therefore I say that summers are better than winters. By not wearing heavy clothes with hundred of layers, and then we can go outside, keep vibing, chilling, having soft drinks, anything, keeping the AC on, and then doing walks, getting vitamin D in all other ways, and etc. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, that too, that was very interesting. I really enjoyed. Now, this time for the vote as a best team, then best best speaker for the debate. So right now, I am sending the poll for the best team. You can choose your best team, even the opposite team also. If you agree with the other team, so you can vote for the best team. So here is the poll. Just poll for the right team which you feel that they are the best.
Sir, it's showing that page not found.
Page not found. 1 minute.
I'm
Yes.
clicking on the link, nothing's happening.
Yeah, 1 minute. Sorry for that. Let me check what is happening. Okay, now you can see. Team A1 and team B1.
Sir, which one is who is team A1 and who is team B1? I forgot.
A1 is girls and B1 is yours, boys.
Oh, okay.
Done that voting. I think it's done very fast. And now you have individual chance. Now you select the best speaker as a best debater who responded. So here is a chance. Now I send another poll. Select the best speaker within the team, outside the team, within the team. I don't know what's wrong today with my speaker. Let me check. Now my voice is okay now?
Yes, your voice is okay.
Okay. So now you vote for the best debate speaker.
Sir, you're muted.
Okay. Now everyone has voted for the best team and the best speaker, debate speaker. Now with that, back to Master of Ceremonies, Abdali. Abdali is not here. Maybe he's busy. So we will give. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now you give control back to General Evaluator Toastmaster Ram.
Okay. So, now I would like to give this opportunity to our General Evaluator of the day. Is Toastmaster Ramesh Halai. So please have the stage, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Can I just double check, Mohammed, am I evaluating the entire meeting or specific parts?
Toastmaster Ram, I think there is an issue with the timer. He was missing some of the timing criteria, so we can excuse for that.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be evaluating everything that hasn't already been evaluated. So first of all, let's talk about the introduction by Zarafa, the Sergeant at Arms. I think that was a really good introduction, told us the meeting norms, told us how the meeting is going to be conducted. And then she had a good, clear description and was concise. She had very good energy and then handed briefly over to the President, President Khadija. She then introduced the meeting, and it was a small keynote on friendship, which I really enjoyed. She talked, one particular phrase I really liked was, a friend is nothing but a stranger that becomes closer over time. And there's no expectations of a friend but love, which I really thought was relevant and to the point as well. Moving on to the next person was Abdi Ali, which is Toastmaster of the day. One thing I really liked was that he brought his personality to the role. Yeah, brought a hat, which gave it, I think, a bit more individuality to the role. Introduced the role, gave good energy throughout. You were clear, you were nicely framed, which is really good. Yeah, some people are really short and they're like this, but actually you were nicely framed like so, which is really good. You had, as I said, you had good energy throughout. You introduced by a quote from Shakespeare, again, a relevant quote. The timer wasn't there initially, but you were calm and you just carried on. You were, however, prompted by Mohammed to move on to the grammarian. I think perhaps a lesson there would be, in advance, check that the role takers were not only there on the Zoom call, but actually double check that are they there and are they conversing. You also urged to use the word of the day, which is really good as well. So it's always good. I'm terrible at using the word of the day, but you reminded people to do that, which is fantastic. Then moving on to the next bit, which was you actually introduced each of the speakers using the speech title and their name, and you also gave great energy throughout. So well done on that, Abdi Ali. There's no more I can say throughout. You actually did a really, really good job there. Fantastic. Moving on to the timer role. So initially you weren't there, you weren't visible, and you were prompted to show backgrounds. But overall, I think you did a pretty good job. Given this is your first time doing the role, I think you did a good job. Your first report was a little bit incomplete, but your second report was clearer. But you didn't give reports on the evaluators. So make a note for next time. Yeah, so make a note of what you're evaluating in regards.
Yeah, I'll make sure of it.
No, it's okay. Overall, you did a really good job. So this is not a negative. Yeah, this is actually a commendation. So you improved your role over time. So keep that up. Grammarian, I didn't actually hear a grammarian role, so maybe that'll come afterwards. So you introduced the role, you did a word of the day. I didn't really hear it because of the echoes. I'm kind of hoping for a grammarian's report afterwards. Moving on to the evaluations. And evaluations, so Khadija, I believe you stepped in to do the role, which is fantastic. I always say, always put your hand up. When somebody else says, am I looking for a volunteer? I expect everyone to put their hand up. And the reason is you learn so much by just doing that role. So your evaluation was good. It was a positive evaluation, which demonstrated that you were listening. You were also standing up as well. I'm guilty, just like most people, we sit down most of the time, but you actually stood up, which is fantastic. You gave good recommendations. You talked about gestures. You talked about adding vocal variety. You talked about changing pitch, and you finished on a positive note. Always finish on a positive note. Well done. Moving on to the second evaluator, Zara. You actually started on a negative. I know you talked about that and you were reluctant to start on a negative, but you did it anyway. You talked about speaking too fast and you moved on to the positive side afterwards. Yeah, you talked about the speech title, which is good. The introduction was good, and you opened with a quote. All of those things are good. My recommendation, however, was actually, there was some good in there. Maybe start off with the good. Yeah, so we talk about the sandwich method, which is positive, a bit of negative, and then finish on a positive. So try that approach next time. I think overall, I think your evaluation was actually pretty good. But as I said, yeah, try positive, negative, positive, and finish with the best positive you have. Overall, you did a really good job there. Evaluator number 3, Zarafa. So I think I actually like your evaluation because you actually gave an introduction about the speaker. You gave an introduction about yourself doing the evaluation. and then you ask everybody for a round of applause. Yeah, so again, I think that's really good energy there. You're standing up throughout your evaluation, which is good. So you talked about being more boldly. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure if I can actually take that on board and make some changes to my speech if I was just given that. But what I did like was some of the other things. You talked about being more expressive, being actually adding some humor to your speech. You talked about the eye contact was really good. Yeah, and you also talked about you listening as well, right? Because some of the things that you recounted demonstrated that you were actually listening to the speech. Overall, be a fearless performer. Really good ending to your evaluation. Well done. Not sure what happened to speaker number 4 there, but we move on to speaker number 5, the evaluation, who said, your camera was off. I would like to start with the good points. That's what you said, which is really good. You know, everybody should start with the good points. You opened with a quote and you added a quote or something that grabbed the attention or something. Yeah. So my recommendation for you, as said, was I think you actually had some good points there. Again, go for the sandwich method. Good, negative, good, and finish with a fantastic good, the best good that you have in there. Overall, I think your evaluation was good. Moving on to the debate section, I think the debate section was actually really energetic. I really enjoyed it. Some of the things I was thinking felt a little bit unstructured. So there's an opportunity for the debate leads to corral the debate. And what I mean by that is maybe the debate leads should actually look at who's asking to do follow-ups, yeah, and maybe you can then do the coordination. So rather than DJ Mohammed do the coordination, maybe the debate leads should do the coordinations for each role. So for example, Khadija, you were leading the debates for summer, I believe, and then Yusuf, you were leading the debates for winter. So maybe you two could have individually looked at who should be following up. Overall, I think the debates was really interesting. I learned so much from it. And at one point, I nearly started laughing so much I nearly cried, right? Because it was so funny as well at the same time. Would your mother allow you to go out in winter? I know my mother wouldn't. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Really made me laugh. Really made me smile. A fantastic meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day, are you frozen?
Abdali.
Abdiali.
Yes, sir.
You have to hand it over to President.
Okay. Now I give over this meeting to the President.
Thank you, Masters of Ceremony. You have done a very great job, I must say. Now, I, Khadija Zara, adjourn this meeting.
Okay, that was a marvelous and wonderful meeting has happened over here. Thank you each and everyone who participated. Your participation itself is you are the winner. I think all of them, they are waiting for the result. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now we will not take much time. Already we are ahead some more time. So now we'll announce for the team session A. Who is the best speaker?
Aisha.
Tell me more opinion. Now this time you are wrong.
Soha.
Zahra Muniz.
Or Zahra.
Okay, as per the vote, there is a tie between the two players. The winner for the session A is Soha Aslam. Give a huge round of applause, everyone. Unmute and say appreciate that member.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Soha.
There is a tie here. There is a tie here. So you say who is the next one?
Who is the next one?
Who is the next one is Roya Al Samahiji.
Congratulations.
And Aisha Prophet.
That's Great.
Congratulations.
It was very tough competition
Congratulations.
between Roya and three speakers, Soha and Aisha Tawfiq. It was neck to neck competition between all of them. Now, who is the best evaluator? AYLP.
I think it's Zurafa. I'm not sure though.
Maybe Khadija?
Yes, you are correct. That is Khatija Zara. That is here also competition is increasing now between other evaluator. It was only one point or one score. That is Khatija Zara is the winner for evaluation. Now much awaiting result. That is
Debate.
debate team. Who is the winner? For
Summer.
Summer.
Shout it out.
Summer.
So competition also is getting closer. Later I will show you the result about how it is competing each other. So the winning team is Summer. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Was there a doubt?
Congratulations.
Okay, now best speaker for team A, best debater. Guess is who?
Yusuf Barudwala.
Come on. Who is that?
Yusuf.
Yes, Yusuf Bardoli is the best debate speaker. Congratulations, Yusuf Bardoli.
Everyone.
Congrats.
Okay, now move on to the best speaker for the BYLP. Tell me who is the one?
Aisha.
Yes, I also see the result is one-sided and no one is competing. None other than Aisha Hanif is the winner for the best speaker. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Sir, I just want to ask for AYLP, the role player is not there.
Okay, I know already voted someone already. Okay, so now evaluator. Who is the best evaluator? Team BYLP. No guesses? Unmute and say who is the winner for
All good. I'm just confused. I don't know who it is.
BYLP.
Oh, BYLP, not A.
Not A. A is done already. Now I'm talking about B.
What?
I think, is it Joy?
Oh my god, BYLP guess. who
Sir,
was the
actually,
best
it was
evaluator.
like one evaluator was not there, so we had a guest. So she evaluated for, I think, so 2 speakers. Yeah, 1 speaker. Yeah.
Okay, what's the name? But I have the winner here, but you tell
Okay.
me who, you guess it.
Can you say
No.
which lot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, you say which one?
I'm
No,
asking the evaluation order was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You tell me who was the best evaluator.
Say the winner. Don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
All of them were the best, better than AYLP.
All of them were very good.
Wow, there's a tough competition here. Is no asking the result. Now result is clear. That winner is Amatullah. Congratulations, Amatullah, for the best evaluator. Done a great job.
Thank you, sir.
I have not seen, but as per the vote survey, you are the winner for that. Now the debate. Who is the winner?
Winter.
Summer.
Winter.
Summer.
Winter.
Summer.
Winter. Sir,
Summer.
winter. Sir, winter. Totally
Summer.
winter. Everyone loves winter. Who loves summer? Everyone loves winter. Sir.
Everyone.
Everyone loves
Summer.
Wait, summer.
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 Winter.
Summer.
Winter.
Winter.
Summer.
Okay. Now the result is clear. I think there is a lots of voices coming from the winter side. So the winner is winter team. Congratulations from BYLP winter team.
Yes, majority of them were for winter.
Obviously. What do you expect?
Undisputed.
Okay, now who is the best debate speaker?
Ah,
But everyone was really nice.
so yeah,
I
it
sure,
was.
so he was very hard to defeat.
So it almost turned into a fight over there.
Yes.
Yeah, really, sir. It
The
turned into a
dispute.
fight.
Okay, so here votes has been distributed and no one say who is the best. Now here I have a result and that will go to youth leader Aisha Hanif, the best debate speaker.
Congratulations.
No, in AYLP
Thank you.
is happening the same thing. Team has win, but the opposite member has been the best debate speaker. Congratulations.
Yeah, the same in Avel.
Yes, okay, congratulations to
But
everyone.
Summer won here, so it's more fair.
No, it's not.
I
Who
mean,
loves summer?
summer
Come
also
on.
won and
Everyone
winter
loves
also
winter.
won, so I think it's equal.
Both.
Winter.
Yeah, it's fair and square. Finish.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Summer
now,
also won and winter
so
also
now
won.
our
Grammarian has no
other,
right to say.
now the chief coordinator he is reminding me for the time. So I think we really enjoyed today's session. It was very interesting from the beginning by DTM Hisham Jeffrey about listening. I think most of them they inspired from the listening, as well as I have noticed somebody is now raising, especially the statement in the speech mentioned by our today's AYLP winner speaker Soha Aslam.
Mr. Vikar, let
has
me cut you
mentioned-
off. You have not mentioned role player. VYLP role player.
Oh,
The hand dashing, the
that is
charismatic.
very clear. No, that is very
Ayan,
clear. One side or
Abdali.
Ayan.
Oh, hello, it's
And-
BYLP.
Okay, AYLP is
BYLP.
Abdali and BYLP. Ayan.
BYLP
Who's
is
asking you
Ayan.
A group?
yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Now you say correct clearly. So AYLP winner for the best role player is Abdali Barodawala. Congratulations for your best performance as the host. of-
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And BYLP, it's very clear. Oh,
Ayan.
Ayan
Ayan.
Ibrahim.
Ayan.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Okay.
thank you, thank you.
So we really enjoyed today's meeting. Now is day by day is more coming interesting. Now what is our next session? Session number?
6. Sir, till now, this was the best session.
Wow, great.
Exactly, it was so interactive.
Yeah, I know, right?
Especially the debate.
Yes, totally
We
agreed.
want like that your feedback. So based on your feedback only we can make more. And what is the session name? Can you name someone? Then we will give you some award for that. What is the next session?
Session
14.
6.
Session 6 is there.
Section 6.
And what is the topic?
Anna.
Inclusion.
Evaluation.
Maybe time management? I don't know.
Why is it
Okay,
gestures?
okay. Yeah, who said gestures?
Grammarian.
Who says gestures?
Oh, just.
Zara, me.
Oh, congratulations, Zara Muniz. You are the winner for as a surprise quiz, and you are the winner for that. And Zara Muniz is the winner for best quiz. Or the next session is our gestures in speaking. Most of our youth leaders, maybe some internet issue, they are not able to see some faces, the camera. So the next speaker for our coming meeting is our own mentor, DTM Gayatri. She is very specialized in gestures in speaking. So our next session is about how to use your hand gestures by standing. Don't take, we are in the virtual while you are going in person. It's very beneficial for you how to use your gestures. Gesture means like how you are using your hands or body, your eyes and your emotion, and you are sometime making humor, sometime informative, how to make that one. So we have our mentor for the next meeting for gestures in speaking, not anywhere, don't fight each other like that. Speaking, in the speaking, how you have to use your gestures. But sometime I use here and there, no, don't use that way. You have to use as when you required. So audience will understand you. Like I said, I am crying like this, you have to say, so it will show like you are using just gestures. So these gestures, we have very specialized DTM Gayatri Ravindran who will speaking in our next session. So So with that, we will conclude our session. And if you want to take away messages, you can write right now, send into the chat. With that, we'll conclude the meeting. Before you're joining, each and everyone, you write something. What did you learn from today's session? And we will record that. So we're allowing only 2 minutes. Then we will not record your session. And one more thing important, or already make magazine group. And last time somebody said I am also part of that program, but no one has sent any initiative. So please, part of our magazine. And one of our volunteer Toastmaster, not youth leader, Muhammad Fawaz, has done a fabulous job, and he made the certificate for the group members. In coming meeting, we will give you the certificate as well. Thank you for your efforts, to youth leader Muhammad Fawaz, and be a part of our magazine. And as I told you, you have to use 150 words for each paragraph for your name. Now I think only you are writing summary, you write something. Takeaway means like what did you like most for today's session? Maybe listening, maybe debate session. You have to describe little small 2 or 3 words. So that way, for when you are writing your paragraph or your magazine, it will be beneficial for you. With that, thank you so much everyone, and thank you. We conclude the meeting and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
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 Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Can we leave?
Goodbye.